The most unprincipled people you could think of wind up getting in control. People who seek power wind up getting in control of government, in science. Look at the liberal universities. You see, the universities have been taken over by liberals. You know what the definition of liberalism? It's called the love of evil, lies, completely illogical rationalizations, bearing false witness to the people to get an agenda passed that they would not put up with if they knew what it was. That's what basically liberalism is. Liberalism is a satanic tactic. So, I was saying this to somebody at work one time, relatively recently. We were talking about some subject, and I said this: there are people who want power, control, this and that. They want to get in control of things for corruption. And just because somebody seeks power and seeks to use the position of power for corruption, that doesn't mean that they're good at running a city. That doesn't mean that they have a talent in governing. That doesn't mean they actually have talents in science. And that doesn't mean they have talents in exegesis, or that doesn't mean that they're even called to be a pastor. And so what these people do, who want to get control of everything for reasons other than seeking the truth and spreading it, that's why pastors, they want to get their churches as big as possible so that their salaries will get bigger, so more people will donate. That's what they do. And so that's why they try to have a populist message. And some of them try not to offend anybody. I suppose I could mention some names, but I won't. There's some churches, okay, which are basically like football stadiums. They go around and do these meetings. They fill like cathedral football stadiums or whatever they are, sports arenas. And their main people that tend to be attracted there are older, emotional women in their 40s and 50s, looking for a band-aid on their emotional heart. It's like the Facebook mentality. They want to hear a message that will have them weeping within a minute or will melt their heart. And there are people whose ministry are designed to attract those kinds of people. The pump sunshine up your dress type ministry. But then there's the other types. There's all kinds of ministries for different types of people. Like the hardline Calvinists, that type of people group. Those people are some of the stupidest people that I've met in quite a while. You're not seeking the truth. You're not even applying the most basic standards of right and wrong to God. Where God is, He's sovereign. He's made this guy depraved, and he's not allowed to desire that which is good. He creates this guy depraved, and the guy has to love it. And there's no free will. And then guess what God does? He has wrath on that guy. Because of what? Because of the way God made him. Depraved. And God made him to love evil, and the guy has no choice in the matter. And then God yells at him as though the guy's responsible for any of it. You see, to be a hardline Calvinist, you have to be basically the equivalent of, I can't think of a good term other than complete idiot. You can't even pretend like you're searching for a good God to be a hardline Calvinist. I'll tell you that right now. You have to be an idiot. That's what they'll say. God is sovereign. Well, you keep saying that, but you don't say God is good. Well, he was good to Jacob, but we don't know why. And he was bad to Esau, and we don't know why either. And so you see, that's a complete removal of legal distinctions. He wasn't good to Jacob because Jacob loved that which was good. Nah. He wasn't mean to Esau because Esau loved that which is evil. Nah. We have no idea. And so that's like saying there is no standard of law that we can apply to our God. It's just because He's sovereign. He's the biggest bully that He can do it, and you don't have nobody to answer to. Those people were idiots. The most basic sense of right and wrong, being good to your neighbor. You see, the Calvinists can't love all men because God hates, I don't know, what, at least 50% of humanity? So they can't love all men. And so what does love all men mean? Well, love all men that you know for sure are the elect. But that's difficult to do too, because they have to persevere unto the end. And you see, whoever doesn't persevere wasn't the elect. And so they have to withhold their judgment and their love for even their fellow people in the church, because they might not be here tomorrow. And so, gee, I made a mistake. I was loving somebody who was not the elect because they didn't persevere, because they departed, and so here I was loving somebody that God hated. How do you like that? And so the hardline Calvinists, they're about as close to psychotic as you can get and still be able to drive a car, balance your checkbook, and keep from jumping out a window.